Hey, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. Happy Silver Tempest release day. Happy Friday. Happy Silver Tempest release day. I know a lot of people have already found Silver Tempest kind of wandering about in retail stores. Maybe you got some pre-release kits, or maybe you got some build and battle boxes, whatever the case may be. Hopefully you're having some fire pulls. Hopefully you're obtaining that chase card. We're going to go over Silver Tempest pull rates today. I'm really excited about it. I've compiled all the data together. We like to go over pull rates of every new set, even though there's not a whole lot that changes. It's always real fun to kind of talk about it, take a look at it, see if anything may have tweaked. I do believe that pull rates change based off of generation, but I don't necessarily believe that they change set by set. But it's good to kind of talk about it. Hopefully Pokemon's listening, hopefully Pokemon's watching, and that way they can make adjustments based off of what we say, what we talk about. It's wishful thinking, I know, but it did take a long time to put it together. So if you do appreciate this content, if you could do me a favor, just hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment, or share the video. I know I joke a lot, I talk a lot about hitting that 100,000 subscriber goal, and that is important to me because I am a very goal-oriented person. But ultimately the most important thing is just helping out the community. I love interacting with you guys and working with you guys and talking to you guys. You guys are amazing, so I do appreciate you guys just taking the time to watch the video, giving me a chance. Ultimately my main goal is to just continue to grow the hobby. I want the hobby to be around as long as possible because I love this hobby. I think it brings something that we all share together. It unites us extremely well, and I think that's really important, finding this common ground that we all share and that we enjoy. So the more people that can get stuff out of these kinds of videos to kind of save money and find the best ways to save money when it comes to enjoying this hobby, because let's face it, no matter how much you enjoy the hobby, if you end up losing money and you end up spending a lot of money, it takes a lot of fun out of it. You want to make sure that you're getting something out of it. It's not all about money by any means, but it's also important that it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, because you want to be able to enjoy it, and it's tough to enjoy it when it's kind of draining the bank account. So I try to record a lot of content going over the best way that we can spend those collection dollars, and I hope you enjoy it. But the more we can get this type of data in front of people, I think it goes a long way. I'm going to flip you guys around and stop rambling. I did go back to Excel for this video. For pull rate videos, I think it's just going to be easier to kind of record everything through Excel, and I want to go over the data piece by piece here, but I just want to go through the bottom here. We opened 2,376 booster packs of Silver Tempest. That's a total of 66 booster boxes. Now, I want to preface this video by saying 66 booster boxes is by no means a large enough sample size to get a true indicator of how likely it is to pull certain cards based off of packs. However, I do think that it is a good indicator of rarities. I think it's a good indicator of telling you how many rarities, how many ultra rares you can expect in your booster box. So this goes over booster box data. If you go out and spend $100, $110, $120 on a booster box, it should give you a good idea of what you should expect to get in your booster box, and I think that's what's important. So even though it's only about 2,300 packs, which I don't think is a big enough sample size to get a true indicator of case by case, card by card print runs, I do think it's a good example of rarity print runs. So I think that's the important thing to look at here. So we're going to go over these 2,400 packs, these 66 booster boxes. Before we do, I don't know what it is about this set more than any other set, but I worry about batching. And batching is a huge conspiracy that a lot of people bring up. I'd never have believed it before, but this is the first time I've scratched my head and gone over batching as an issue. And if you watch my video from a couple days ago where I go over the master set and how we missed it, and going over picture by picture of boxes from yesterday's video and kind of showing you duplicates that we pulled out of a lot of booster boxes, alternate arts were a huge problem in this set, because in the first case that we opened, we pulled 3 alternate arts. So you saw me open that box on YouTube last week Friday. We pulled the alternate art Skunk Tank, we pulled the alternate art Regidrago. Another box from that case had nothing, and then the third box that I opened had the alternate art Lugia, and right away I was like, holy buckets, this is amazing. Pokemon actually is giving these pull rates good, or these full arts a good opportunity in these pull rates. I think alternate arts are going to be a little bit better to pull. And then we went 4 cases, 4 consecutive cases without pulling an alternate. That's almost 1,000 booster packs without pulling an alternate art at all. So having 3 in one box and then nothing for 4 boxes or 4 cases was very sus. I'm not saying batching is a thing, but it is very weird to me. I've seen a lot of photos out there from people opening up early booster boxes who also pulled 2 alternate arts, but it's a lot of people who have messaged me and said, hey, I've opened 500 packs, I haven't pulled a single one. So it's very strange to me why some booster boxes are containing 2, some cases. I've seen people say they pulled 3 or 4 4 alternate arts, and then other cases where they've pulled none. So it's just very strange. I'm just going to throw that out there because I do think it's important to have that information. Do with it what you want. Obviously, I'm not going to assume anything or say anything is concrete, but it was the first set where I'm like, why is it like this? We pulled 3 in this case. We pulled nothing for 4 cases, and then I think we pulled another 3 out of our 5th case, our 6th case, our 6th case that we opened. We pulled 3. It was just all very, very strange. But going over the actual pack rates, so here we've got everything laid out as far as regular art, ultra rares go. This is the quantity, the amount that we've pulled, and this is your pull rate. So every 108 packs, you are expected to pull a superior V. Obviously, like I said, 2,400 packs, not really a strong enough sample size to make this super accurate, but I do think it's interesting to look at, and for those of you who kind of use these numbers to compile your own data and then add up other openings and things like that, it can be useful information to go through. Not a whole lot of outliers in here outside of maybe the Magirna. We only pulled 13 of those. Reggie Lecky, we only pulled 14 of, and Reggie Drago, we only pulled 15 of. All the other ones we pulled closer to that 20 mark, with Ho-Oh being the one that we pulled the most of, where we pulled 26 of those, 1 out of every 91 packs. Ursa Luna, we pulled 25 of, that's 1 out of every 95 packs. In Maui LV, we pulled 24 of, 1 out of every 99 packs. The big one is the Lugia right here. That one is selling for about $15 right now. I do expect that to drop to somewhere around 8 to 10, kind of follow the path of what we saw from Palkia and from Arceus, where those cards were really, really good, really big for competitive play. They spiked up a lot. We do have events coming up at the end of November, beginning of December, so I do expect Lugia to get a lot of play, and because of that, that's going to keep that price point up fairly high. So Lugia, definitely the one you want to pull, but you can see right there in the middle, kind of closer to that higher end as far as pull rates go. 1 out of every 103 packs, we pulled 23 of them. When it comes to VMAX cards, just Reggie Lecky in the set, and surprisingly, we pulled more of those than we did of some of the regular arts. We pulled 19 of those, which is 1 out of every 125 packs. So the VMAX, the lone VMAX, which you would assume has the same pull rates as like V-Stars, we pulled quite a bit of, but we pulled more Reggie Leckys than any of the V-Stars that we pulled. Unknown was the one that we pulled the least of. We only pulled 8 of those. That's 1 out of every 297 packs. The one that we pulled the most of is the one that you want to pull the most of, that Lugia V-Star. We pulled 17. That's 1 out of every 140 packs. So when we start looking at price points, Lugia selling right around that $30 mark. Again, a card that's going to be ultra competitive, things like that. It should have kind of a close price point to that. It should be fairly immune to the drop, the pre-order price drops that we see happen a lot after release day, after release weekend, things like that. You start seeing more supply hit, more singles get out there, and I think also the fact that a lot of packs got out there early, we're not going to see as big of a hit when it comes to some of these prices as what we have in the past. So Lugia V-Star, obviously the one that you want the most of, and we did get the most of that one. When it comes to Radiant cards, Alakazam, Jirachi, and Serena, pretty straightforward. 1 out of every 72 packs for the Serena, 1 out of every 64 packs for the Jirachi, and 1 out of every 61 packs for the Alakazam. 39, 37, and 33 respectively. Very, very close in counts for those. When it comes to full arts, kind of a wide range here. So we've got the low end of the totem pole is 2, but the good thing is we pulled every one, and this is where I start believing that alternate arts and full arts actually do have the same hit rates, because we pulled similar counts for alternate arts as what we did for full arts. We pulled doubles of every single full art superior. Chestnut and Ho-Oh we only pulled 2 of. That was the one that, and Hisuian Arcanine. Those are the ones that we only pulled 2 of. That's the least one, and the ones that we pulled the most of was Reggie Drago and Maui LV. Pulled 7 of those, 1 out of every 339 packs. So nothing that really stands out. If there was a situation where we didn't pull any of, that might be an outlier, or a situation where maybe we pulled 10 of a specific full art, that might be an outlier, but you can see pretty straightforward across the board, anywhere from 2 to 7. If we look at the full art trainers, the only one that we didn't pull at all was Brandon. That's an outlier for some strange reason. We just did not get any Brandons, and that was another reason where I'm like, why is it like this? Is there a batching issue? Is something going on? Obviously, I don't necessarily believe that, but it's the first time for a new set where I've really started scratching my head, because we did not pull any full art Brandon. And I know Pogarev opened up a ton of packs as well on stream. I've seen tons of comments about that, where he did not pull the full art Brandon as well. I think that's what it might have been, the Rainbow Rare Brandon, but I think it was the full art Brandon. But you can see we did pull 6 lands. We pulled 5 Furrowside Girl. We pulled 4 Worker. We pulled 5 Serena. Serena, the one that you want the most. That's the one that's selling for about $60 to $70. The next most expensive one is the Candace one, which we pulled 3 of. 1 out of every 792 packs. Only 1 Gym Trainer. That's the low one outside of the Brandon, where we only pulled none of the Brandon. The alternate arts, we pulled every single one. It took the longest to pull the Unknown. That was the last one that we pulled. Like I said, the Reggie Drago, the Lugia, and the Skunk Tank we pulled very early on. We actually pulled 3 of them on stream stream when we opened up 400 packs on Wednesday. We pulled 2 unknown and 1 Lugia. So it's situations like that where you start seeing a lot more of these alternate arts pop up, but then you run through 4 straight cases where you don't pull any, and that's where you start scratching your head. But we pulled 2 unknown, 2 Skunk Tank, 2 Lugia, and 3 Regidrago. So very consistent across the board with that. Rainbow rares were a little tougher. And we've talked about rainbow rares before, having a pull rate of about 1 for every 2 boxes. Went down a little bit, at least from our sample size in this set. We did not pull a single Wallace, and we did not pull a single Superior V-Star. That changed on stream. On Wednesday, we did open up 2 Superior V-Stars in those 400 packs. So it's weird that we went through 2,300 packs without pulling one, and then on stream we opened 400 packs and pulled 2. That's just luck. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so that just happens. But did not pull that one. Did not pull Wallace. Overall, though, the overall amount of rainbow rares that we pulled went down in this set from what we saw from Lost Origin. We pulled 3 Alolan Vulpix. We pulled 3 Unknown. We pulled 3 Regidrago. We pulled 3 Candace. We pulled 3 Furiside Girl. We pulled 3 Serena and 3 Worker. So pretty much across the board, either 1, 2, or 3, with the exception of the Superior and the Wallace, which we did not pull any of. And then when it comes to gold Pokemon, for some reason, we pulled 7 Superior, but we only pulled 1 Lugia. So that's a little strange. Again, you could talk about batching or things like that, but 7 Superior, 1 Lugia, I think that's just unlucky, unfortunately. I do believe that your pull rates are going to be the same. Unfortunately for this set, gold Pokemon, there's only 2 in this set, right? As opposed to other sets that have had more. Only 2 in this set, so just Superior and Lugia. 1 Lugia, 1 Superior. When it comes to gold items, pretty consistent. Leafy Camo Poncho, we only pulled 2 of those. 4 Energy Switch, 5 Gapejaw Bog, and 5 V-Guard Energy, but pulled all of them, and that's what's important. If we put everything together and look at the entire data pool here, and we'll go over Trainer Gallery cards in a second. Let me get through this. But total packs opened, 2,376. Boxes that we opened was 66. Average hits per box. Now, this is just ultra rares. This is not including Trainer Gallery cards, and it's not including Radiant cards. I was trying to combine Trainer Gallery and Radiant into one big disgusting word. Average hits per box, 8.09 ultra rare. So pretty close to what we saw with Brilliant Stars, which was 8.22. A little bit higher than what we saw from Lost Origin, and a little bit higher than what we saw from Astral Radiance, but very consistent with the entirety of the Sword and Shield block. You're going to get anywhere between 7.5 and 8.25 hits per box, regardless of what set you opened in Sword and Shield in the entire generation. So very consistent when it comes to the amount of ultra rares that you're getting per box. That's 1 out of every 4.5 packs. So if you go to the store, if you go to Target, if you go to Walmart, you buy some blister packs, you buy some sleeve boosters, if you buy 5 of them, you should get an ultra rare. You should be basically guaranteeing yourself an ultra rare. There's going to be times where you get none. There's going to be times where you get 2. But when you go to the store, on average, about 1 out of every 4.5 packs. If you include the Radiant cards and the Trainer Gallery cards, you're looking at about 14. This is up a little bit. Trainer Gallery cards and Radiant cards up a little bit from what we saw from Astral Radiance and from Lost Origin. Granted, that's because your overall amount of regular arts is up a little bit as well. So 14 total hits per box. That's 1 out of every 2.57 packs. So you go to the store, you buy 3 booster packs, you should get at least a Trainer Gallery or a Radiant card in there. Average amount of regular arts per box, you're looking at about 4.47. That's up a little bit. This number in red over here is what we pulled in Lost Origin. 1 out of every 8 packs. So up a little bit from where we saw in Lost Origin. It was 4.26 per box. Now it's 4.47 per box. The average amount of VMAX per box, 0.28, which is actually not too bad when you consider the fact that there's only 1 VMAX in the entire set. That's the Regieleki. So 1 out of every 125 packs, you're going to pull a Regieleki. Average V-Stars per box, 1.10. 1 out of every 32.5 packs. So it's down a little bit from what we saw. I do think I think there's 1 less V-Star in this box than what we saw from Lost Origin. So 1.10 V-Stars per box. So you're going to get most of your boxes are only going to have 1 V-Star. Some of them are going to have 2. When it comes to full arts, this is up a little bit. This is up a little bit in a good way. So this is just Pokemon, 0.92 per box. That's 1 out of every 38 or 39 packs, basically. So you're not quite guaranteed a full art Pokemon per box, but that's up quite a bit from Lost Origin, which was at 0.74. Average amount of alternate arts also up a little bit from Lost Origin at 0.136, 0.14. 1 out of every 264 packs. So a little bit worse than 1 per case based off of what we opened is what you're looking at. And that's why I also think that kind of ties together with full arts there as far as rarity goes, because because you only have 4 alternate arts in this set, as opposed to like Brilliant Stars, where you had 6 Astral Radiance, I believe. You brought it down to 4, so 4 in Astral Radiance, 4 in Lost Origin, 4 in Silver Tempest. If we go to full art trainers, 0.38 per box. This is down a little bit from what we saw in Lost Origin. I also think that there's one less full art trainer in this set, so 1 out of every 95 packs. If we look at secret rares, this is compiling everything together, so your gold cards and your rainbow rare cards and your gold Pokemon, 0.79 per box, so almost at 1 per box. 45.69 packs compared to 0.86 for Lost Origin, so that's down a little bit as well. When it comes to rainbow rares, this is the kicker. This is what I was talking about before, where there's less per box in our sample size than what we saw from Lost Origin. 0.42 per pack, or 0.42 per booster box, so you have to open up about 85 booster packs in order to pull a rainbow rare, as opposed to Lost Origin, which had 0.54. Average secret items per box, this is pretty consistent with what we saw in Lost Origin, 0.24 per booster box, or 1 out of every 148 and a half packs. And then average secret rare Pokemon up a little bit. I think we only pulled like 1 of each alternate or secret rare Pokemon, the gold cards in Lost Origin. So the fact that we pulled like seven superior V stars, yeah, so that was up a little bit. 0.12, or 1 out of every 297 packs. Radiant Pokemon down a little bit, 1.65 per booster box. It was surprising. We had quite a few boxes where it was just 1. We had a few boxes where it was 3. Overall, you're going to get 2 most of the time. 1 out of every 20.57 packs. So pretty consistent with what we saw, even with Pokemon Go, which is about 1 out of every 18 packs. 1.65 per booster box, 1 out of every 20-21 packs. If we look at the trainer gallery, your numbers are going to have different pull rates here. So you can see TG1 through TG11, which is Braixen, all the way down to Altaria here. You can see there's just a much bigger quantity that we pulled of these cards than the second half of the trainer gallery. This happens all the time in these new trainer gallery subsets. You can see if it's got that yellow border, or if you want to call it the gold border, whatever you want to call it, you're going to pull more of those than the ones that have a little bit of texture to them. So Braixen, we pulled 18 of. Not a whole lot of outliers in here, except the Drudigon, which we pulled 27 of, which is just an insane amount compared to only 13 Jinx. So I don't think there's anything weird going on with that. We just happen to pull a lot more Drudigon than we did for Jinx, but I think the pull rates are going to stay pretty much the same. If we look at the second half of the trainer gallery, the one that we pulled the most of was actually the Rayquaza VMAX, which isn't a bad one to pull the most of, that black and gold Rayquaza VMAX, because that one is pre-ordering for about $25, as opposed to the Duraludon VMAX, which we also pulled 9 of, but the Duraludon VMAX is only selling for like $3. The Corviknight V we pulled 8 of, but other than that, we only pulled 2 Mawile, and we only pulled 3 Swordward and Shieldbert, 3 of the Superior V, which is really one of the coolest looking ones. That and the Zeraora looks really good. We pulled 4 of those. We pulled 2 of the Duraludon VMAX, not the gold and black one, but the other one. That one looks really good too. But we pulled 3 of the Rayquaza VMAX. That's the most expensive one of the trainer gallery in the set right now. So that's 1 out of every 792 packs. If we look at the overall pull rates for trainer gallery, down just a smidge, down just a little bit, fairly consistent. You can just toss that up to sample size. Basically, it's going to be the exact same thing. 4.26 per box, as opposed to the 4.31 that we saw with Lost Origin. You're going to get more of them, like I said, in the first half of the trainer gallery. 2.86 per box, as opposed to the 2.95 that we saw with Lost Origin. 1.39 of the second half, as opposed to the 1.36 that we saw with Lost Origin. So overall, that's where you add all those numbers together, you're going to get this number right here, this 14 hits per booster box, if you include the Radiant cards, if you include the trainer gallery cards. This is the way that I hope they make sets from now on. I do like that extra something in the reverse holo spot. It just makes it feel like you're getting more for your booster box. So hats off to Pokemon for introducing that with the Brilliant Star set, and then continuing on for the rest of Sword and Shield. We'll see what happens in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know if they'll continue it on or not. I wish alternate arts, I wish full arts were a little bit better. I'd still like to see those numbers get up to about 1 per box in total. I think that would be a really great step in the right direction. But overall, pull rate's fairly consistent with what we saw with Lost Origin, with Sword and Shield as an entire block, as an entire generation. 14 hits, I think, is perfect. I think you're almost at half the box right there, that you're pulling some something, whether it be a Radiant card or a Trainer Gallery card. Adding that in, I think, it's such a fantastic idea. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know how your pulls have been. Like I said, if you like the data, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, share it to a friend so we can get more people to make sure that they're saving money. Really, that's, like I said before at the beginning of the video, I mean, the subscribing goal is important to me, but it's much more important to kind of keep growing this community together with you guys, because I really appreciate you guys. So even taking the time to watch this video means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that, guys. I will see you on Sunday next. Until then, guys, peace.